Hello, this is Love Kher, and I'm sitting here with Mr. KJ Sharma. Today, we are going to be talking a little bit about Dharma versus religion. So, my first question, Mr. Sharma, is can you please explain what is Dharma before we go deeper into the topic?
Yeah. You see, basically, dharma is the law of nature, and dharma does not have real equivalent word in English language, though it is taught that righteousness to follow or abide by righteousness is dharma. Well, that is a good concept. In Hindus Vedas, the definition of dharma is dharyati iti dharma. The meaning is what sustains the entire creation. That is what is the law of nature. Any distortion created by mankind against the law of nature is reverse of dharma, that is called adharma. So, dharma is nothing but the law of nature which is common for all living beings living on the planet Earth. In other words, we can also understand that the dharma of the sun, the dharma of the universe, the dharma of the planet Earth, dharma of a father, dharma of a mother, dharma of a teacher. There are clear law of nature defined for every individual's role in order to sustain the activities going on, in order to sustain the entire creation or the manifestations. Although there is no creation, that is a different topic that I can explain. There is only manifestation of the same supreme consciousness or the power in everything. So basically, dharma, we have to understand that, suppose, for a simple example, dharma of a father or dharma of a mother. The father's dharma is towards his children to take care of the children, make them prosperous. Dharma of a mother to nurture the child, love the child. But if father or mother does not perform their role, they go against their role, that becomes adharma. Similarly, the dharma of the planet Earth is what? Keep rotating, also moving around the sun. If the sun says, I won't emit light, or the earth does not move. So these are the law of nature by virtue of which the earth is moving, the sun is rising, things are happening in nature. When and similarly you can see that the winter comes, summer comes, spring comes. These are all happening by the law of nature.
Yeah.
These are the dharma.
So when we say in our scriptures, ahimsa parmo dharma, can you explain what exactly that means? And also explain in the context of some big wars that had happened in the past, how that principle was applied or not applied in different parts of the world.
Yeah. You see, it is correct to say non-violence is supreme dharma. Ahimsa is parmo dharma. But even hinsa also, in order to protect the dharma, hinsa is also dharma. You see, it is said that dharmo rakshati rakshata. Who protects the dharma, dharma protects them. Arakshati dharmo vinashyati. The one who does not follow the dharma, does not protect the dharma, protecting dharma means following the dharma, going on the path of dharma. So one does not go on the path of dharma, does not follow the path of dharma, then dharma will destroy.
Mhm.
So in case of all these wars, whenever the wars have taken place, like we can take the example of Mahabharata. In case of Mahabharata, what had happened? In the same family, one set of brothers, they wanted to deprive the other set of brothers. So that was not the path of dharma. Because in the family, suppose there are two brothers. One brother is more mightier, and he thinks that the other brother is little weaker. So he starts discriminating him, disrespecting him, depriving him from all the rights of his to live happily and to have whatever the material possessions he needs. If the other brother tries to deprive him, then he is on the path of adharma. He is not following the path of dharma, which is the law of nature. Law of nature says that you have to be respectful to everybody, including your brother or everybody, even to other creatures also. We have to be respectful, kind, loving, nurturing. So in that case, the other brother who is deprived of, if he wage a war, that is the war of dharma. Because in order to protect dharma, even if he has to create violence, that is dharma.
And that is why the true meaning of ahimsa parmo dharma is causing least amount of harm. Least amount of harm.
You see, what we have to understand one thing. The total non-violence in all circumstances never possible. It is never possible because violence and non-violence are integral part of nature.
Mhm.
Integral part of nature. If one thinks that, one can be totally non-violent, it's not possible because you see, this is the way Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that in my entire creation are having it. He says, मेरी सारी सृष्टि द्वंद्वात्मक है. Means whatever is there, the reverse of that is also there.
The opposite.
So if there is non-violence, there is violence. If there is a hate, there is a love. There is up, there is a down. If there is a cold, there is a hot. There is a pleasure, there is a suffering. So you take anything, everything has got the reverse of it.
Right. But
Because this is also essential because the one who has created the law of nature is God. So the law of nature created by God is dharma.
Right.
Anything which is not created by the law of nature means if the human being starts coming out with their own notions and ideas and all that, and they do not follow the path of dharma, then they are on the path of adharma. So that is the reverse of dharma.
right. So that's a great clarity about dharma. Now, can you bring some more light on the subject about uh, dharma and religion? Do you think are this one and the same or different?
No, uh, absolutely, dharma and religions are not the same. In fact, in my conviction, I do not find the real equivalent word of dharma into English language. Though people can say that righteousness is dharma, when to some extent it is okay. But basically, one has to bear in mind the law of nature is dharma, and following that is dharma.
Right.
Not following that and creating distortion is adharma, the reverse of that.
Yeah.
As far as the religions are concerned, so dharma is only one for everybody. because
throughout the world, basically.
throughout the world,
In the universe, the same principle.
there is no universal law.
Right.
The God has not created law different for different.
People or geography, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in case of religions, we see that there are so many religions. Dharma is only one. But that is why in Hindus, it is Hindus' Dharma is called sanatan Dharma. The meaning of sanatan is what? Eternal. The one which had not had the beginning and does not have the end. What is not having the beginning and end? The truth,
Mhm.
which will remain always the same because the law of nature is not going to change.
Yeah.
As far as the religions are concerned, we have got so many religions. That establishes the fact that the religions are basically not fully established based on the truth. That is what is the problem. That is why the people following different religions, they keep fighting against each other. They think that the religion they are following is the right, the religion the others are following, they are wrong. And because of right and wrong kind of a perception and conception based on certain theologies and doctrines propagated by human mind, the people, you know, discriminating, keep fighting, and all those kinds of distortions are taking place in the social order is disturbed in the world.
Yeah. The reason I ask that question is because many times people associate dharma as it's a concept out of Hinduism. But what you are saying is, yes, it might have come from Hinduism or from our scriptures, but it applies throughout the world, and whether other religions accept that or not is a different issue. But religions are separate from dharma. Is that correct?
Yeah, as I explained that, definitely dharma and the basic difference between dharma and religion is that the dharma is creation of a nature. God has created dharma. The law of nature is created not by human being. The earth to rotate is not created by human being. The sun to rise is not created by human being. But the religions are created by human mind.
Yeah.
So this is the difference between the dharma and religion. And as you ask about dharma, uh, for everybody, yes, the law of nature is common to everybody.
Right.
If the sun rises, everybody is going to have the light.
Yeah.
If the earth is rotating, everybody is benefited because of the earth's rotating.
Right.
But but the religions are the product of human mind, and those products of human mind, time to time, had been created by human mind, depending upon their respective social and geographical conditions. And the the people who came and propagated, whosoever started the religions, they were the social reformers, because God only incarnates or sends some social reformers among the human society, human community, in order to, you know, address certain social issues. So these religions had,
In order to preserve dharma, also, right?
to some extent, that,
Yeah.
of course, but basically these religions are nothing but, social reformations in different parts of the world, in different geographical and social conditions, time to time. So that is why they differ, whereas dharma does not differ,
Mm.
because loving everybody is dharma.
Yeah.
Hating anybody is reverse of
Is
dharma.
adharma.
That is adharma.
Mm. Right.
Now, suppose if a follower of one religion hates the follower of other religion, that is adharma. But if every follower of every religion starts start respecting the people following different paths also, then that is dharma.
Right. Right. So, Sharmaji, at the end,
Yeah.
since we are running out of time, uh, what would be your concluding remark with respect to bringing harmony in the society around the world? Because if we look at it today, there is a lot of unrest in different parts of the world. And there is in my opinion, a lack of understanding about this very subject, right? That is why we are seeing so much of disturbances all over the world. And seems like people are not clear about dharma and adharma. And that is why, this unrest is there and lack of peace and lack of happiness. So, in 1 minute or less, can you summarize what needs to happen?
Yeah. See, there are certain scriptures in Hindu, among Hindus, if people can get exposed to that, particularly I would mention Bhagavad Gita, that will give the ultimate knowledge to understand rightly that what is dharma and what is adharma, what is dharma and what is religion. So,
Mhm.
the best will be thematically, I would say that we all human beings should think that what is common among all the living beings, including human and animals and all the creatures. What is common? Let us think intelligently with a human intelligent mind. The common factor is the consciousness. Any creature, any animal or human being, they all move along, they perceive, they eat, they generate. What is common among all of them is the consciousness. That consciousness, which is common in all, is actually, we consider, the supreme power, which is common, pervading entire universe, pervading all the creatures, all the animals and human beings. So when that common factor which is among all of us, then how, when I know that the same consciousness which is within me is within you, then how can I disrespect you?
So, I think in the interest of time, let's conclude. And I would say that, the last statement you made about recognition and realization of the consciousness is the most important factor. Yes. Once that recognition is there, then the disrespect or love, hate, war, and all those kind of things will go away. So let's all pray that all human beings
Yeah.
can achieve that level of recognition of who truly they are, and therefore start loving with each other and reduce the disharmony in the world.
Yeah.
All right. So with that said, thank you so much, Sharmaji,
You're welcome.
and we will come back next time on a different topic. Until then, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.